Hi there, John Wilkinson again, and History Made Easier again. This talk, like another one I've done recently, is going to focus on the Gulf states. My book is titled The Gulf at War with Itself, and this talk is going to look at Iran at war with itself, Iraq at war with itself, and the two at war with each other. This is a talk that seeks to set the scene of a really volatile point in history for the Gulf states. It's a time when there are pushes for change, whilst at the same time there's resistance against that change. Both countries have monarchies. We have King Faisal in Iraq, and we have the Shah in Iran. And of course, they are going to be resisting change. If there's going to be change, they want to direct it and control it. There's also the presence of the British imperialism in the region. You have British control of the oil industries in both countries, and Britain does not want to relinquish that control. And at the same time, because Britain is weakening as a power, and France in the wider region too, weakening as imperial powers after both World War I and World War II, America is looking to step in and increase its influence, particularly because oil is becoming an increasingly important economic issue for all powers. The Soviet Union is also seeking to increase its influence in the region, and it is worried about the Islamic upsurge in the region, because the Soviet Union has a lot of Muslim states down in its southern eastern ranks, in its southern eastern part of its empire. So we have already a lot going on. We have a push to modernize both countries, even under the reactionary rule of King Faisal and the Shah, and also under the rule of the Ba'ath Party in Iraq. There is a push to modernize those countries, to improve their education, to improve their farming, to improve industry, to build industry. So we have this push for change, for national independence, for modernization, but we have a reaction to it. We have a push for greater assertive nationalism. We have a push for the leadership of the Arab world. And we see that with Saddam Hussein, who wants to lead the Arab world, really politically and militarily, and we have that push from the Ayatollah Khomeini that wants to rule or influence, direct the Arab world down a fundamentalist Islamic revolutionary path. So there's a lot going on there. The word you want to kind of hang on to, I think, is volatile. Just think of it as a volatile region, as a region that's facing a push from different directions for change, and then at the same time a resistance to that change. And it's like our plates rubbing against each other. What they're called Teutonic plates, aren't they? Rubbing against each other. And there's going to be an almighty big earthquake, but this is going to be a political earthquake, a revolution in Iraq, a revolution in Iran, and a war against each other. And that's what you're looking at. So I hope this little talk helps you see the volatility of the region. There's a lot of detail to put to what I'm talking about here, and you need that detail, of course you do. But be aware of the nature of what you're looking at. So I hope that was useful for you. I think you are studying a really, really interesting topic here. I think it's really interesting and very important. So good luck with your studies on the Gulf states. And as I always say, I thank you for listening, and I remind you to take a look at my History Made Easier website. Cheers.